Okay. I will call the regular meeting for Tuesday, June 8th, 2021 to order. The time is 6:33. Some members of the city council may participate via telephone or video conference. A quorum may or may not be physically present in the city council chambers. Texas Government Code 551.127 A-2. Citizens wishing to make comments should email mparks@evermantx.net, mparks@evermantx.net. Citizens' comments received prior to the meeting adjourned will be read to the council. If everybody please rise for a moment of silence, followed by pledge of allegiance. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item on the agenda is consent agenda, reading of amendments of previous meetings. May 4th, 2021 work session meeting, May 11th, 2021 regular public hearing meeting, May 21st, 2021 emergency meeting, and then financial reports for May 2021. I will entertain a motion.
I move we approve the minutes as read. Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Yes, I have a comment on May the 4th, the work session. I don't recall on number 4, them mentioning anything regarding the pavilion rentals. Was it increased or decreased? I don't recall anything being mentioned of that.
There wasn't any change in the pavilion rental fee. It just wasn't incorporated into the fee schedule like it should have been. So all we did was incorporate that fee into the fee schedule.
Right, but I don't recall that being mentioned in when we were talking about that.
Yeah.
In other words, I don't remember you mentioning anything about the pavilion rentals, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we can go back and double check it, but I believe it was even highlighted in the form.
Oh, okay.
Susan, do you have anything on financials or need to be brought up, or?
There's other questions.
Everybody good?
I'd like to make a comment regarding anything for as far as any of the grants. Was there anything added or anything for that?
There were no new grants added in this last month. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes, I remember that we had mentioned that we were had applied for several, but I didn't know if anything was anything updated or anything far as that was concerned.
Yes. No, we have not heard back on any of those yet.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, any other discussion? Would you call the council?
Place 1.
Aye.
Place 3.
No.
Place 4.
Hi.
Place 5.
Aye.
Mayor.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, moving on to new business, consideration possible action. Item 1, approve and adopt City of Everett Master Thoroughfare Plan as presented. Item number 21127.
Let me go ahead and share my screen. The only change that was made was the change that was requested. Changing Christopher Drive from being a local street to a minor collector street, which we did make that change in this final copy. Other than that, there are no changes to the MTP other than what we presented last week.
So Christopher is now yellow. It was not yellow before. Is that correct?
Correct. It was just a local street. It wasn't considered a minor collector.
Okay. All right.
Okay, that's far as directing it. Is that what this is for?
This is, it's not really, this is just a plan. If we had the ability to go in and make changes to our road system, how would we make these changes and what changes would we want to make? Anytime that you identify a minor collector, you're pretty much identifying that street as needing to be a street that is designed to handle an increased traffic flow from what it currently is. So that's what we've come in and done here is we've identified these streets in yellow as being a minor collector. Right now, all these streets are being considered a residential street, not a minor collector, which would mean that we would have to increase the size of these streets to be able to handle additional traffic flow in the future.
And it also
Okay.
comes into play on grant money.
Grant funds and so forth, yes, we have to identify roadways. If they're not identified in our master thoroughfare plan, we won't necessarily be able to spend grant funds on those projects.
Okay, and the other one that's in red, is that the one that we were discussing for as over by the store by the store?
Are you referring to Forest Hill Drive or are you referring
No,
to down
that
here?
one there. Yes.
Yeah, so this is the very small portion of Everman Parkway that is our city. Currently, Everman Parkway, where it splits and continues on into Fort Worth, is considered a major collector. But the second it hits our city, it's considered a minor collector. So the goal there would be to continue it being a major collector in the future. If we look to spend any funds there, we should try to improve that roadway to handle increased traffic flow, mainly because of all the residential development going on immediately south of there. Shelby Road from Race Street east is actually the city of Fort Worth, not ours.
Okay,
Thank you.
I have a question then.
Let's get the motion out of the way and then we can
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I
continue
thought
our
we'd already done that.
discussion.
Yes, go ahead.
I'll entertain a motion.
I did too.
Anybody?
I move we approve and adopt the City of Everman Master Thoroughfare Plan as presented.
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Now,
Now let's
any
chew
further
on it.
discussion?
You bet.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Mhm.
I realize this is a wish thing,
Yes,
basically. So down the road, okay, if we approve this as it's showing now,
Mhm.
does that mean it can't be changed?
oh, no, it absolutely can be changed and should be changed and reviewed regularly. This is not something we're putting in stone that 10 years from now, we're going to be obligated to fulfill. This is all going to be a part of the comprehensive plan that we will utilize, that when we're making financial decisions, we should be making our financial decisions based on our long-term plan. Where are we going as a city? And what are our goals going to be? This is supposed to be that tool that we utilize. By approving this, council is not committing to any projects here. We're not committing any funds to any projects here. This is just giving staff and future council members a direction on where the city was going at one point in time and what our goals should be. So when our staff does go out to pursue grant funds or start working with other entities like Tarrant County 911, North Central Texas Council of Governments, I'm sorry, not Tarrant County 911, Tarrant County Precinct 1, and COG and RTC and these different organizations, we have this document that we can show them. These are our goals and this is what we're trying to achieve. And then we're able to then apply for grant funds to try to achieve that. There's no way looking at this is going to cost billions of dollars to come in here and do over the next year.
Oh, I
No
know
way
that.
we're going to try to get that done. But it gives us the tool we need to be able to pursue those grant funds and try to get them.
Okay,
Now
well,
I'm sorry.
okay,
Is that the
so-
area? Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so my problem is, the thing with the Shelby, the Royce E. Brooks. Okay, the cut through all the way to Shelby.
Oh, yes, Royce Brooks Phase
Yeah.
2, yes.
Okay, isn't there part of that's the flood? That reason we couldn't ever do that before is because of the flood thing or the creek or something, or?
I thought it was a floodplain and we could not build in that.
There's nothing to my knowledge that would prohibit us from putting in a roadway. What would prohibit us? We would just have to make sure that with the flood study that's done there, the bridges that are put in place and the roadway is built to where it doesn't have any adverse effect on the floodplain. I can't think of a reason why we wouldn't be permitted to put a roadway through.
Okay, I
And
was just-
after talking with Tarrant County about it, they weren't aware of anything like that. They were aware of a phase 2 and a desire to go with phase 2. But nobody has brought up the floodplain. I will raise that question. And if so, when we do the amendments to this plan in the future, we can remove that if that's the case. But I don't see why it wouldn't be allowed.
Well, a long time ago, the EDC was working on bringing businesses in, and one company, I can't remember, who, one company wanted to build in that area, and they couldn't because it's a floodplain.
Okay,
and
so
they could not
building a,
build there.
yeah, building
That's
a
apples and
structure,
oranges.
yeah, building a structure and building a roadway, two different concepts.
Okay, but a roadway, if you lift it up, you're gonna have a little pool of water over here and a little pool of water over here, and this nice road down the middle.
Yeah, the roadway above where the water flow is gonna have to be an elevated road.
Yes,
Just like where Royce C. Brooks is now, that runs through a floodway
yeah,
and it runs through a floodplain, the creek that runs underneath it. It'd be the same concept here. The catch is to build a structure, a commercial structure in a floodplain. They have to build a concrete foundation up a certain number of inches, and I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but it becomes astronomically expensive to be able to build that building up that way. And they have to show within their plans to get the permits that they're not pushing any excess water off of that
Yes.
commercial development, which means they have to have some kind of design in their excavation that retains that water on their property
Okay.
and doesn't push it off.
because that's right behind Christie
Yes,
Ave,
ma'am.
which just,
Absolutely.
all you have to do is say water and those people start shivering.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so,
I just wanted to make sure that, it can be changed later on down the
Yes.
future,
Yes.
that kind of thing. So,
Yes.
Well, you gotta remember, our goals will
I'm good.
change depending on what's going on around.
absolutely,
With
we're just
everything going on
making
in Fort Worth
sure,
and Forest Hill, it's gonna
Right,
change
And the
our.
purpose of all of our plans is they are all documents that should be fluid. We
yes,
should be
like-
changing,
yes.
we should be changing our plans as we change our goals
okay.
in the
So any
city.
of this can
develops.
change.
Yes,
Okay,
Got it.
absolutely.
All right.
okay, now I'm gonna breathe good, okay.
Okay, any other questions
No.
on the master thoroughfare plan? Would you poll the council?
Place 1,
Aye.
place 3,
Aye.
place 4,
Aye,
place 5,
Aye.
Mayor,
Aye.
motion carries.
Okay, item 2, approve ordinance number 771, an ordinance of the city of Everman, Texas, adding Division 3 to Article 3, food establishments within Chapter 11, licenses, permits, and miscellaneous business regulations of the city's code of ordinances, enacting the regulation of mobile food vendors and providing for the following: popular name, findings of fact, scope of jurisdiction, applicability, effective date, enforcement, including criminal fines not to exceed $2,000 and civil penalties not to exceed $500 per violation, that each day is in violation constitutes a separate offense, enactment, repealment, severability, codification, and proper notice and meeting. Item number 21125. It's a mouthful. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve 21125 as read.
second,
Motion made and seconded. Do we have any discussion?
I think we beat this to death, so unless there's any questions to address,
it's a dead horse on the floor.
I will digress.
Okay.
Okay, would you poll the council?
Place 1.
Aye.
Place 3,
Aye.
place 4,
Aye,
place 5,
Aye.
Mayor,
Aye.
motion carried.
Okay, so now we're going to move up citizens' comments. Now, the Joanne Samuels, no show? Okay. Come on up, Ricky.
I've got the clock, so I'll let you know when you got a minute.
How much time?
3
minutes.
minutes.
I'll make it quick. So first, thank y'all for the other day with the water, fire department, everybody, as we've seen everybody cruising through. Y'all talked about it 3 times during that topic. Trying to put it as nice as possible from what I got from the neighborhood. Everybody comes to me every time it floods. He's one of them, and everybody around him. They're pretty tired. He got his car broken into after he was told to move over here to Bishop. Everybody sits outside. They're happy that Everman's doing stuff to look better, look pretty, everything. But then at the same token, they're like, what about us? They seem kind of like we're getting forgetted. The water was pretty bad,
very close.
pretty bad. There's a van that's been there for 2 years. And then, this is just from what people tell me, look, I got a car that's sitting here for a week that I'm working on. I get an orange sticker on my car, or I get a notice that my car has been moved. This van's been here for two years. Water accumulates by his house. Mosquitoes are bad right now. I know y'all know about the mosquitoes. Jimmy's house had about 2-3 inches of water. So it's kind of like the same thing over and over. And it's like we kind of hear y'all talk about it all the time. We kind of see y'all, the fire department does so much. Same thing like we're talking about Forest Hill down on Wichita. That floods every time. The easiest way to do is put cones on the thing and they just, okay, cool, we'll get over it. As nobody fixes the problem. So that's the thing that we all have been trying to wonder. When are we going to fix this problem? I know there's not money here and everything, but I mean, it's pretty bad. It's getting pretty scary. I think anxiety hits all these people. And I mean, they want me to be the spokesperson for y'all. And I know everybody's like, oh, he goes Rick again, talking about the same thing over and over. But they come to me and it's just like, I feel good that they come to me because they trust in me and they want me to speak to y'all about it. But I mean, in the same token, I kind of see what they're coming from. It's kind of getting old. It's kind of getting tiring of having to move your car, not go to sleep till 2 a.m. because you're worried about you got to pull your kids out of bed or you got to pull your grandma or your mom out of the bed to move them out to safety. So, I mean, it's just one of the things I want to look into. Streets, I mean, my street right there, there's 3 big old potholes. And the guy was out there putting on like, dude, do I need to help you? Come on. I got some from work. I'll come and help you out. But I mean, it's kind of things that everybody sees. But, then we get the paper from the taxes and we're paying Mansfield price taxes on our properties. But we don't live in Mansfield neighborhoods. We're not, my taxes went up and 3 or 6 of the property that we have, that's a lot of money to live in a neighborhood that there's potholes and all the way down Ray Street. So, I mean, I understand there's so much y'all can do and there's so much money Everman has, but it's just like, we would like to know what's going on with the creek and the water levels and the puddling of water and that whole little neighborhood right there.
Well, really, we're not supposed to
We
converse
can't.
back and
You're
forth
not-
because you're not
yeah.
on the agenda.
Yeah.
I'm just going to assure you, we've been working on this from day one. And we're getting close to finally getting that flood study done. We can't do anything till we have the flood study.
Man.
And it is taken,
Forever.
oh God, the
2
number
years,
of
3
meetings
years?
we've gone through, the bitching and complaining I've done about it, and Craig's done about it. We're finally getting our, excuse my language.
Oh, believe me,
We're
go ahead.
finally getting
I heard
our
it all
flood
from the
study done.
neighborhood.
So I just want to assure you, we hadn't forgot about you guys.
Yeah.
And like I said, every time it rains, I'm up at night, just hoping that houses aren't flooding down there. I know Craig is too.
Yeah, I mean, I see, like we see the like I said, we see the work. We see the effort that, the guys do to, try to warn us before it actually happens. Like everybody already knows. As soon as it starts raining, everybody's starting outside, sitting outside in the front porch, like, okay, do I move my car?
Mhm.
They're kind of like, okay, not yet. But it's like I said, I mean, that problem right there in Forest Hill, it's been there for years,
Oh yeah.
right?
But
Right here on Ray Street,
flooding in
it
your
carries
neighborhood's been there for years.
Yeah.
So
But like
it's
to
been
me,
going on since the 50s.
yeah, like right there
So-
where, right before the stop sign on Kelly and Pittman, I mean, the ditch is only like this tall.
Yeah.
It's like the water overflows and it goes down Jimmy Street. And me and him, when we talk, believe me, we talk all the time. We sit there and drink beer all the time. And it's like, all right, how come they don't dig the ditch a little bit deeper? Just bring an excavator, just do it. Come on, like, do we need to pitch in for it? Like let's
Don't
work
touch
as a
anything.
community. Yeah, but it's just like the problem just continues, and it's like, all right, yes,
Ricky,
we appreciate the
We've
work.
kind of broke protocol, but come in one morning and meet with me.
Could
And
we just
meet with
put
you,
it on
Craig.
the agenda to discuss?
Not tonight's agenda.
I didn't say tonight. I said, could we put it on an agenda to discuss?
Well, like I said, come in one morning
Yes.
and let's sit down. If Craig's got time, we'll sit down and talk to you about everything that's going on.
Yeah. Because I mean, like I said, they come to me and I'm like, believe me, I try to ease it off with y'all a little bit. Where like, man, I know how. Believe me, I work for the state. The state is a little bit long term than what y'all do. Some of the stuff here, and it's like I kind of tell them like, look, I know this isn't that, and believe me, I see every problem y'all see, and I feel everything y'all feel. That's like, come on, can you go talk to them? Can you figure out so that way when they come to me again, I'm like, look, this is going on. This is what they're doing. Kind of keep them informed. A lot of them are Hispanic, especially now they got the brochure where it said the water was going up. It's kind of like, seriously, our water's going up, and but look at this and look at that. You know, it's just
But
everybody's
we'll talk
like that.
about that too. If you want to talk about that when you come in, because there's a reason for doing that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I already heard
So
the.
you know what when you deal with a state or federal government, they drag their feet on everything. If we waited for the Corps of Engineers, we're talking another 4 to 5 years before we would see them.
Yeah.
And thank God for COG and Commissioner Brooks, because they're paying to get our flood study done. And so we're getting there.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
they want a little more like okay, let's see them. try
Well, I
to do
know they
something,
want to
you know?
see something happening, but until we get that flood study,
Yeah.
they're not going to.
And I'm believe me, the puddling of the water and all that. That's one of the big issues that they're all, especially now with the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
It's just like man, the water just constantly sitting there. I mean,
Okay.
we're talking about just cutting the thing, the little bit just to get the water to flow across the street so they can go down the creek. So but-
Okay, well, like I said, if you got a little time one morning, come in. I'm here every morning. Usually get here about 9 and I'm here till about noon.
Okay.
Uh,
Sounds good.
We'd be glad to sit down and talk to you about it.
Well, appreciate it.
So we'll leave it at that.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
All right, executive session.
Hold on. Kate, one more.
Oh,
Eve, one, sorry, I didn't know he was coming.
okay.
Yeah, I want to say about the floor in my house. And because my son sent me over here, talk to him, you know, because he can't sleep when it rain. And they say, Daddy, go to the city, tell him what's supposed to be doing. And that's why, I mean, my English is not really too good, but I try to split in what they say, because I think I need to take him to the therapy, because when the first time flooding real bad, it's about almost 2 foot inside my house.
Yeah.
And he, you know, he in a couch and he's fried real bad. And now when it started raining, he never passed the news. When he's watching the news, he sees he got a bad rain. He's not sleeping all night long. And next morning, you need to go to the school. I told him, you need to sleep in school because you need to go to the school. He said, Daddy, maybe life going, lose my life. They say, the water take me out of here. And it's, I mean, he want to know what's supposed to do.
Well, once again, we're fixing to have a flood study done.
Okay,
Once we get that done, that'll identify the issues that need to be addressed in our city, and we're going to start going after grant money to fix the problems we have. It won't be 100%, but it will lessen the problems we're having.
okay. And in front of my street, every time when it rain, it's got a water on the house, I mean in the street, but this much on the street. You can go up. I mean, like you go up, you need a rubber boots to get in the car. And I'm tired and there's a lot of mosquitoes. And I got the pictures, you know, because it's real bad.
But it's a low-lying area,
Yeah,
and we have had a lot of rain. So it's not an excuse, but it is a low-lying area, and that's where the water is going to pool. So
yeah.
we're working on it. So you just got to bear with us. We're trying to get from point A to point B.
Okay.
So
I think I want to thank you. I think you were one of the individuals that was out there in the middle of the street, pulling all the trash out of the gutter to make sure it was
Yeah,
going. I mean,
Sweep
I
the
remember
water.
you doing that.
I'll try to use it like a trash, get in a little curb, clean it up, the way the run off.
now, are you on Christie?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. Because the last time we get in, almost flooded again, I think you told me to take the cars into the school, right?
Yeah, that's what-
And I put my truck in the school, and somebody break the glass and break my steering wheel and everything. And but they got it cameras right. You see that people break the glass. And
Okay.
you know, I'm worried about everything.
Yeah. Well, believe me, we are too.
Okay,
We're trying to get there.
thank you for listening.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so executive session pursuant to section 551.071, chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, council reserves the right to convene into executive session from time to time as deemed necessary during this meeting to receive advice from its attorney on any posted agenda item as permitted by law. Additionally, council may convene into executive session to discuss the following: pending or contemplated litigation, or seek the advice of city attorney pursuant to section 551.071. Discussion regarding possible purchase, sale, exchange, lease, or value of real property pursuant to section 551.072. Personnel matters pursuant to section 551.074. Personnel issues, item 21126. So we will go into executive session. It is 6:59.